What up guys, Concepto here, and today we got a lot of updates pretty much for my entire roster of games that I stream in YouTube. So we have a hotfix that came out yesterday. So we're going to quickly go through these. I'm not going to read every single sentence here. If you want to see it, I'll put all links in the description down below, so you can go check that out for yourself. So we'll just go ahead and just go over the bold marks here. We have obviously the anti-cheat and some general with Steam, the controller, and a lot of fixes. They had another part of the patch that they said they were going to release, and that's the Valkyrie update right here, as well as a guard break buff. Well, not a guard break buff, a guard break change. It says here, another big change is how guard break countering currently works in the game right now. Right now, you can't counter a guard break during the attempt, and you must wait until the grab animation hits you to counter. In the beta, if you saw it coming, you could easily counter the guard break as your opponent was attempting it. Now I think this is just better because of latency. So yeah, anywho, we're just gonna go through these real quick. A Valkyrie changes right here. It says light attack, reduced recovery time. We got reduced recovery time on her rush, and we have a link to her shield crush, and her light chains, reduced time between her attacks, so you can't be interrupted so easily. Moving on to the next game on our list, and we have Gigantic. This was just posted out today. This is just pretty much a refine of what I went through in one of my videos here. Obviously, we have Zandora coming out. So there's the pictures right there, and we have the light weapons. These weapons will be awarded to rank 10 heroes. So let's see here. We have some general stuff, some UI changes, so you can go check out the UI thing. Crosshair variations. They added I think they added the new locked out. So if you're disrupted, they have the X here. I called it in the beginning. They're constantly improving what happens for players, I should say, who are in matches that have people who leave, people who rage quit. So if you're going 4v1, 4v5, 3v5, you're going to be getting a little bit more bonus than that. And pretty much they just said they're just improving that a little bit more. More stuff to the shop. Every week they're going to be adding a new skin. They're going to be adding these Orion skins. So you have game rules, some health during duration. This is a big patch, guys. So I suggest if you're really part of this game, you're going to have to look through this whole thing. Alright, next we have some changes to our Guardians. Pretty much going over some bug fixes and health increases and decreases to the shield. Alright, next we have some changes to the battlegrounds. Usually they just do some bug fixes and some terraforming to these. So I think they did it to most of all of them. And now we have some heroes. I'm just going to quickly scroll through them. If you play these heroes, you might want to go ahead and check these guys out. Most of them are just bug fixes. Some of them have some nerfs, some buffs here, things like that. But for what I'm seeing is just a couple changes here. If you play Vadasi, I just want to apologize to you guys because she has been changed all over again. I can't tell if it's a nerf or a buff, but just seeing right here, her base health has been reduced by 200. I think she got that boost and then they kind of reduced it again. But you definitely need to check out all this. It's kind of like you just had to relearn her. You have to kind of relearn her all over again there. And this we have Odin and Wood. The next game we're gonna have to talk about is Phantom Dust, guys. Just a small update here, pretty much telling us that it's gonna have 45 achievements. Just for playing the campaign, you're going to get 415 gamer score, if that's your kind of thing. For me, I don't really care about that. So yeah, the game is only 3.4 gigs. Some people are actually griping about that. That's like nothing. That is nothing. They even say that's actually smaller than even the average Wii U or Switch game. And those games are tiny. Just sadly, it also looks like the custom soundtrack feature of the original Xbox game will not be retained in the remaster. Now, for those of you who do not know what that is, you can put your own music into the game, and when you play a certain map, that music would play. So like if you felt like this map had this, you wanted a certain music for this map, you can change it. You can add your own custom music rather than have the music in the game. So they said they're going to be looking to implement this post-launch, so maybe after they're going to patch it in, but that's a feature that I think us Phantom Dust players are definitely going to want. Now we have Guild Wars. It's a massive patch. I'm not going to read all of it. We're just going to go down to the most important part, and that's the Warrior and PvP, because that's all I really do. So the Warrior is getting a banner change. I'm just going to quickly go over all of them. I'm not really going to give too much comments on all of them, but we're just going to read them over. So we have Deep Strike. This trait has been altered and will now grant condition damage to the Warrior whenever they have Fury. Condition damage gain has been increased from 150 to 180. We have Eviscerate, lower the aftercast by 0.25. So you got Hamstring there. This attack now applies 1 stack of bleeding for 8 seconds in addition to its previous effect. We have Fierce Blow. The base damage dealt by this skill has been increased by 28%. It's pretty good. Hammer Shock, the base damage dealt by this being increased by 25%. That's good. Rupturing Smash, increase the damage by 50%. They really want you to use Rupturing Smash. Last time they redid how Rupturing Smash act. So we got Counter Blow. This skill now applies 10 stacks of vulnerability for 8 seconds in addition to its previous effect in all game types. Lower the damage of this skill by 12% in PvP only. Alright, so we have To the Limit. The endurance gained by this skill has been increased from 25 to 50. So they just want you to get all, like, they just get your pretty much half your adrenaline back there. Shake It Off. The number of conditions removed out of the skills has been increased from 1 to 2. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. So you can make it. You can actually stack it to 3 if you use the amulet there. But sometimes you may not want to use the amulet. So for Great Justice, the might granted by this skill has been increased from 3 to 6 stat. That's pretty good. For Great Justice, I always thought that the might gain from that was really weak. We have Mending. The recharge of this skill has been reduced 20 seconds to 15 seconds in PvP only. They really want you to use Mending. 15 seconds might actually make you use this ability. An extra 5 seconds shaved off for a decent heal that can that removes some condition might be good, because forever it has just been Signet. So yeah, anywho, we have Blood Reckoning. The amount healed by this skill has been increased from 10% to 20%. We have Vigorous Shouts. The effective healing power on this trait has been increased by 20%. And we have the banners here. So pretty much all the banners have been changed the same from, they now increase 10 targets instead of 5 targets, which is pretty good for those World v World players. They didn't really, that's pretty much the banner thing. You know, they said they're increasing banners, but that's pretty much the banner update there. So we have Blaze Breaker. This skill will now attempt to face your target before firing instead of failing. So you're hearing the squeaks back there playing with a toy. If you cannot face your target, it will instead fire in your current facing direction. So this is very sad. This made me so sad when I saw this. It says, fixed a bug that prevented this skill from being cancelled when transitioning to gliding. Oh man, I used to do that all the time. So you would pretty much start whirlwinding and they jump off a ridge or something like that, and then you'll start floating. So you were like gliding while you're spinning. It was really cool looking, but I guess that was a bug. I don't know. Like it seemed cool to me. It was harmless, guys. It was harmless. All right, Adrenal Health. They knocked down this healing in PvP, I think, another 10%. Like a couple patches ago, they said we need to increase warriors' survivability in PvP, so they made this Adrenaline Health, right? And they changed how it works. And then they lowered it by like 10%, and now they're lowering it by 10% again. Some of my World v World players, I'm not gonna read them. I don't play World v World, but someone, it made them like, oh man, what are they doing? They're not really. Like, here it is. That's pretty much the World v World change right there. I know it's kind of a long video. It's not really too entertaining, but I just had to go over some of those updates because so many were hitting at the same time. Usually that doesn't happen. I usually probably just go over one and kind of go more in depth about it. Kind of had to skim through them all. Hope to see you guys around. Thanks for being here. If you made it this far in the video, appreciate you guys. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for plugging in, and peace out.
DDR base. DDR base. DDR base. DDR base. I am here, and my name is Chaos. Rap is to me like music is the Amadeus. Wolfgang, the famous composer. When I stepped in, I told him to move over. I am the new kid on the block, and a mission to make your body.